And again, this proof might look familiar. I think we did this yesterday, but you know what? It's about repetition and practicing the same things over again sometimes. I mean, if you play sport, football players practice the same plays all the time. Basketball players, same thing. Baseball players, there's plays in that too. They practice the same thing over and over again. X is the midpoint of Mn. Mx is congruent to Rx. So by putting these 3 tick marks, I see that we have 3 segments that are congruent to each other, given. Alright, now this, remember we have midpoint, we're talking about Xn and Mx. We're going to use the buzzword, definition of midpoint. Def of midpoint. And what I like about this one is you'll see this every now and then. Me personally, I don't do this. But this next statement was just a given all along. I just like to throw all my givens up top. That's just the way I roll. But if you're ever doing a proof by yourself from scratch, you can do whatever you think's best. Now, Xn is congruent to Mx. Mx is congruent to Rx. So Xn and Rx are congruent to the same thing, so they're congruent to each other by transitive. And since Halloween's coming up before we know it, we'll draw a spooky picture. But we'll give him a little smiley face. That's not really a smiley face, but that's the picture nonetheless. Alright. Now, here's a proof from scratch, alright? So you might be shaking in your boots, a little scared right now. I have to do everything by myself. We'll get over it. EF equals GH. Given. Alright, so that's right there. That's my statements, my reasons. Alright. Now, EG is the punchline, and FH is in the punchline. So I need to think, how can I introduce this stuff? Well, let's look at the picture. EG, what do I know about EG? I can say EG is equal to EF plus FG, all right? Similarly, I can say FH is equal to FG plus GH, all right? And this is just this is just number 2. This was just segment addition postulate. If you combine them as one, I could have done 2 and 3 as segment addition postulate. I just combined them all together. Now for 3, well, I looked at the picture. Now let me look at some previous statements, all right? How about EF equals GH? Well, there's a GH right here. So I'm going to take this FH equals FG, and I'm going to substitute EF right there, which is great. Cool beans. Well, now number 4, things are written in a different order, but it's still the same thing. FG and FG, EF, EF, FG. All right, these 2 things are the same. All right, EG equals EF plus FG. FH equals the same thing, so they must equal each other. All right, and since they equal the same thing, they equal each other by transitive. And then to go from equals to congruence, we always just say definition of congruence. And that's the end of that proof right there. And we'll squeeze this one in another video.